Christianity came to the Russian land in the 10th century through the labors of missionaries from the Byzantine Empire. Now the ruler of Rus, as it was called at that time, Vladimir, had himself become a Christian, baptized in the Crimea, and he, returning to Kiev, invited his court and his subjects to also become Christians, and they were baptized in the river Dnieper in the year 988. Recently, in 1988, the Russian Church celebrated the millennium of its Christianity, 1,000 years after the baptism of its enlightener, Saint Vladimir, and the first Christians in the Russian land. This mural in our church hall depicts the scene of the mass baptism of the citizens of Kiev in 988. Prince Vladimir was subsequently canonized by the Russian Orthodox Church as a great missionary, as the enlightener of the Russian land, as an equal of the apostles.
Synod of the Bishops of the Russian Orthodox Church outside of Russia is located on 93rd Street and Park Avenue. Church moved to this new location in 1958 and stays here until present time.
Yes, we're here at the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Sun, speaking with Prince Golitsyn, who's a warden of the church. And can you tell us a little bit about what you do here?
Sure. Part of my responsibility is to take care of the financial side of the church life, to make sure that everything is in order and prepared in time for the service to start. I make sure the vestments are clean, that we have vestments for the clergy, and just general the business side of the church.
Mm-hmm. This building goes back about, how old is the building?
This building was originally put up, I think, sometime in 1920 by George F. Baker, who was a very famous banker. He was the chairman of the City Bank. And in 1957, Mr. Simonenko, who was a Russian, purchased two-thirds of this building from the widow of Mr. Baker and donated it to our cathedral so we would have a nice place for the Metropolitan's headquarters.
Mm-hmm. And I guess maintaining this building Must be quite a project.
It's quite a project because, first of all, it's a beautiful building. It's a very large building, and of course, built such a long time ago, it requires a lot of money to keep it and to maintain it in the way that it was originally built.
And the style that it was accustomed to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I guess you're succeeding at that and keeping the building in good shape. And
well, with God's help and parishioners' help and people who contribute money and the various organizations who give us some money, we try to make ends meet, but it's always very difficult.
And you have fundraising events from time to time?
We have fundraising events. We mail out requests for assistance, but of course it's very, very difficult.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, and we will look forward to coming back here again soon.
My pleasure.
I'm talking to Brother Isaac, who is the manager of such nice and interesting bookstore. Brother Isaac, will you tell a little bit about this bookstore?
Well, our bookstore, the Synod bookstore, was founded by our church about 15, 20 years ago to supply the spiritual needs of our faithful. So we carry all sorts of books about the spiritual life, the writings of the Holy Fathers, the theology of our church, and the history of Russia, the history of the Russian Church. And our people come to the bookstore to buy these books so that they can better their spiritual lives. In that respect, we provide a very useful service for our church. As you can see, if you look around the store, there are not only books and pamphlets, but there are Russian handicrafts, needlework, fabrics, lace, all imported from Russia. We've managed to establish very good supply lines since Glasnost and Perestroika.
Brother Isaac, this really a very nice bookstore, very interesting. And I see on the shelf a lot of beautiful books. And I hope I'll be back to purchase here books.
Oh, you'd be very welcome. Anybody's welcome to come. Just ask the receptionist for somebody to open the bookstore for you.
Yes.
And it's as easy as that.
And I hope that I will not be alone. That a lot of parishioners will be interested to come and visit this bookstore.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Today is Sunday, and after Sunday Mass, here very nice custom to have a breakfast in the morning. And I'm talking to Tatiana Vladimirovna. In church they have a sisterhood, to have church. And I want to ask you a little bit about this. What does it mean, and what she's doing here?
The sisterhood is made up of women or ladies of the church, lay people. Each parish usually has a sisterhood. It's blessed by the bishop or the parish priest, and its main reason for being is to collect money in order to beautify the church, to help needy people, whatever is necessary necessary.
Okay. This extremely good custom to help church. Mostly you do this to raise money for church,
We
to help
raise the
church.
money for the church to beautify it and to help the needy.
It's a very good custom.
And we do different things. We have concerts, we have these little buffets, and every person that comes here gets a very good meal and helps out in his way.
I see. It's a really very good meal. I see here red caviar and after what is it?
Oh, we have
What do you have? Do you have a salad? Oh no, there's apple cake.
We have strudels, we have desserts, we have tarts, always a good soup, a good borscht, Russian style.
Oh, Russian borscht is very good.
And pyrofsky.
Okay, nice to talk to you, and I hope that we will enjoy this food, and everybody is
As you
having
can
here
see-
good time.
As you can see, everybody usually enjoys it. And we usually have a good crowd that comes out.
I'm talking to Galina Alexandrovna, and she's really one of the women who are head of the sisterhood. And I want to ask you a few questions. What she's doing and what is it about? Because women in our life are very important. Not only men do a lot of important things, but sometimes women also do.
Well, the sisterhood, as we said before, helps to collect some money, having a buffet, selling after the Sunday service, we have the Mass, and the money we use to beautify our church and to help the needy. It's the main part of it.
I think it's extremely great to help, to do something very important and to help Russian people. And another question, I saw here a lot of very nice, beautiful food. Who cooks everything? Who cooks all this?
Everybody brings something, and from the sisterhood or the sisters bring something each Sunday.
They bring this food from their house?
Yes,
really?
yes. They contribute the food, and they donate the food.
Okay. It's a very nice to talk to you. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Today is the last day of Maslenitsa. In English, is cheese fair. One of gourmet customs of Maslenitsa to eat blini. Blini with caviar, blini with honey, blini with cheese, blini with melted butter, what I like the best. Today you can eat a lot and you can eat gourmet and delicious food until midnight. Today is also Forgiveness Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday will start a great Lent. And it will last until the Easter. The Russians were the first Orthodox arrivals on the American continent. In 1794, an ecclesiastical mission was established in Alaska, part of the Russian Empire, until 1867 by a group of monks from the Russian monastery of Valama on Lake Ladoga. In North America, United States and Canada, there are between 2 and 3 million Orthodox people.
In the Orthodox Church, Easter, or Pascha as we call it, is the most important feast in the church calendar. In the tradition of the Russian Orthodox Church, Easter services begin at midnight, first with a procession around the church, with the clergy in white festive vestments, and the people holding candles in their hands. Having reached the church, we begin the very triumphant and festive service of Matins, which is followed by the Eucharistic service, the Divine Liturgy of St. John Chrysostom.
And I want to tell about that Russian church is too small. You know that Russian church is too small for Russian people. A lot of people could not get into church and celebrate together with everybody. And we have a lot of Russian people who come every year more and more, and we need really a good Russian church, big, nice church for Russian people. Would be very good to have.
I think that would be very important, that the Russian people in New York band together and have some special charity events so that they can get some money together and maybe build a bigger church.
It would be very nice.
One of the most beautiful customs during the feast of Easter, Pascha, is the blessing of the paschal baskets, which the faithful bring to the church. The priest, having read 2 prayers, asking God to bless the food, sprinkles the baskets with holy water. The faithful of the church observe a 40-day fast before Easter, plus a fast during Passion Week. During this fast, which we call Great Lent, people abstain from meats, dairy products, and eggs, and even fish. And so, when they bring their baskets to church on Easter, they now have the blessing to eat these foods, meats and dairy products.
Right.